The Little Red Hen. There once was a little red hen who lived with her friends on a farm. She was not a lazy hen. She worked harder than all of the other animals. The little red hen wanted to plant some grains of wheat. She asked for help, but her friends refused. So she planted the grains herself. In the summertime, the wonderful golden wheat was ready to be harvested. Once again, with no one to help her, the little red hen did all the work. The little red hen had to grind the wheat into flour. As usual, her friends did not want to do any hard work. So the little red hen ground the flour herself. The little red hen used the flour to make bread dough. With no one to help her, she kneaded the dough all by herself. The little red hen's friends had completely abandoned her. So she baked the bread all by herself. When the smell of freshly baked bread rose up into the air, the little red hen's friends appeared. They were willing to help eat the bread, but the little red hen ate it all by herself. She had done all the work. Thumbelina. Once upon a time, there was a woman who was very sad because she did not have any children. One day, she planted a magical seed. That night, the seed grew into a flowering plant. "What a beautiful flower," said the woman as she kissed the petals. At that moment, the flower opened. Inside the flower sat a tiny girl. The girl was no bigger than a thumb. The woman named her Thumbelina. At night, Thumbelina slept in a polished walnut shell. One night, a mother toad came and took Thumbelina away. The mother toad wanted Thumbelina to marry her son. The mother toad and her son placed Thumbelina on a water lily leaf in the river. Then they set off to plan the wedding. Thumbelina was very sad. She began to cry. A fish heard Thumbelina's sobs. It nibbled on the stem of the lily pad until the leaf broke free. Thumbelina floated down the river. Summer disappeared, and winter came. Thumbelina was cold. A field mouse took pity on her. "My dear, you must come home with me," the field mouse said. Thumbelina spent the rest of the winter in the mouse's snug burrow. They became good friends. In a burrow nearby lived Mr. Mole. He liked to visit in the evening and hear Thumbelina sing. One evening, while visiting Mr. Mole, Thumbelina found a swallow. The bird was cold and hurt. Thumbelina cared for the swallow and brought him food every day. Mr. Mole had fallen in love with Thumbelina. He wanted to marry her. Thumbelina did not want to marry Mr. Mole. Once again, she was very unhappy. One day, the swallow that Thumbelina had cared for came to help her escape. Together, they flew south to warmer lands. In a new land filled with flowers, Thumbelina met a king. He was tiny, too. Thumbelina became the queen. She and the king lived happily ever after. How Turtle Cracked His Shell. One autumn day, Turtle was talking with the birds. They said, "Winter is coming. Soon it's going to be very cold here. We're getting ready to fly south where it is warm. Can I come with you?" asked Turtle. At first, the birds said, "No." Turtle pleaded, "There must be some way I can go with you." Finally, the birds agreed. "Use your mouth to hold on tightly to this stick," the birds explained. Turtle did just that. Then the two big birds grabbed the ends of the stick. Soon they were all high in the sky, including Turtle. Turtle had never been so high off the ground before. He could look down and see how small everything looked. He wondered how far they had come, and how far they had to go. Turtle tried to get the birds' attention. He rolled his eyes at them, but they did not notice. He waved his legs too. Frustrated, Turtle opened his mouth to speak. At that moment he let go of the stick and began to fall. He fell down from the sky and hit the ground hard. Turtle's body ached. He ached so much he did not notice that his shell had cracked all over. He crawled into a pond and swam down to the bottom. There he dug a hole in the mud and slept all winter long. In the spring, Turtle woke up. He was very proud of the cracks on his shell. Ever since then, every turtle's shell looks like it has cracks all over it.